Hey guys, welcome to Picksburgh. This is Anthony, and you're joining us for the ENTREPRE-DOERS morning show. Today is the wife takeover edition. As you see, we have Ashley with me.
Hey guys.
We have Destiny over there with Tommy, and
Hello.
we have Nate by himself. Yeah. His wife is at a doctor's appointment today, so she wasn't able to make it. We're hoping that she'll get back in time to at least pop in towards the end of the show, but we shall see. If not, Nate said he'll pull out a Rosie O'Donnell doll to be her like proxy, which I don't know that he's going to get from his wife doing that. So, but yeah, we're glad everybody is here. I'm going to go ahead and greet everyone. Ash, you want to help me?
What do I do?
You just say hi to everybody. First person gets brownie points. So the first one is Steven Scroggins. He gets the brownie points. Then you can go through and say, welcome the people that are in here.
Oh, God, I can't. Sure.
Okay. So I'll greet everybody since my wife can't see. Kelsylvania Reseller, what's up, Mel? Good to see you. You were in here early. Sandollar, good morning. We have Perlini. What's up, Lynn? Good to see you. Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward, good morning. Grass Picker, what is up, Anthony? Said morning, Reseller Wives.
Morning.
Myra Elaine, good morning to you. Steven's already asking what your biggest pet peeves are, so we're going to have to get into that.
God.
We have Ciosa Sales. What is up, Lisa? Lisa, I'm going to have to get a hold of you because I think I got the wrong email for you. So try to connect with you after the show. Reseller Man, what is going on? BK Vending and Flipping, what's up, Matt? We have Right Dreamer. Good morning to you. Tease Flips. What's up, Tracy? Eric Bischoff. What's going on, my man? Good to see you today. Old School Picker. What's up, Larry, a.k.a. Chris? Moronic Pest. Good to see you, man. We got the Reselling Addicts in the house.
What?
Just me, Kathy. Good morning, Kathy. Good to see you. I'm still trying to get Ashley to dumpster dive with us, Kathy, when you come to Pittsburgh. Christina Moore, good morning. Glad you're here. Kelly Ecom Moore got our sticker the other day. Now she's going to figure out where to put it. What's up? Alexis, good morning. Glad to see you. Anyone else that we missed, feel free to say something, and we will certainly want to greet you. So I appreciate everything. She's reselling. Alex says, LOL. Ash says no.
No dumpster dive.
Do it. She said, listen, I'm on live, but no dumpster dive. No,
I'll be holding her by her feet, and she'll be dangling in there grabbing me pieces of garbage.
She said the only way she would think about it was some rare piece of Disney stuff in there. Then maybe
in Disney we can dumpster.
Yeah, take her to the Disney store dumpster.
That's what I was planning on doing. I want to try because could you imagine the gold that would be at the bottom of the Disney warehouse dumpster?
You said you were planning on doing it. You didn't even tell me that.
That's not in the schedule.
I have our days scheduled to a T, and then you just throw that in on me.
Yep. That's how I roll.
Turd.
All right. Touche. All right. So first question we have, but I'm going to let the other guys. You guys want to say anything as a greeting or anything like that before we get rolling with questions and stuff?
Well, I figured that did more or less take over the show, so I was just going to sit back and watch today.
Touche.
How rude.
All right, so we got Steven Scroggins asking what your biggest pet peeves are.
When it comes to reselling or life?
Yeah, that's a pretty
start with reselling and morph it into life.
So it would probably be easier for me to list my non-pet peeves. Because I'm a very angry person. So probably with reselling, I would have to say my biggest pet peeve is his connection to his phone. Because the minute it goes off, it's like he has to answer it. And I'll be having a legit conversation with him, and I'll be talking to a wall. So that really, I really want to throat punch him when that happens. So, and with life, oh my gosh. So most people know, a lot of people know that I suffer from mental illness, and I have bipolar and anxiety and manic depression and anger, and I'm a hot mess basically. But we've been getting a handle of it, and but my anger is still an issue. So pretty much anything really irritates me at this point. But we're trying to, like driving. Oh my gosh, you do not want to drive with me because I'm crazy and I hate people. Like no, I hate people driving.
Gotcha.
Like it's just a lot for me. Like turn signals, when you turn it on 10 minutes before you turn, irritates me. Or if you do the speed limit, that really bugs me. And yeah, I don't know. But I'm getting a handle of it. So I mean, those are just like stupid pet peeves, but I mean, I have a lot around the house, if you know what I mean.
Kathy
Well,
said-
Anthony's all like,
how about you, Destiny?
let's see, reselling pet peeve. Coming to bed, when he comes to bed,
Oh, this is the one I hear about all the time.
when he comes to bed and he's talking nonstop about reselling.
Yes.
When you pass the bedroom door, it cuts off. I understand his brain doesn't cut off from it, but I don't want to hear it when I'm trying to fall asleep, because then he gets upset because I don't remember what he was saying. So yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves for reselling. Taking his socks off and setting them on the floor next to him and then getting up and walking away. I don't know what it is, because I mean, most people, they, pick them up and put them in the hamper or take them downstairs by the washer. For some reason, that is one of my big pet peeves. And then he's like, where are my socks? I don't know. Where'd you take them off and leave them?
Yeah.
Never know if I
I
might.
takes those socks off and feeds them to the dogs.
And I understand that, but you never put on the same pair. You take your socks off, set them on the floor next to you, and then go and get a new pair. What about the old pair that you wore them for a couple hours?
Mm.
And then you
It stank already.
And none of his socks, that's one thing about Tommy that people will learn. His socks, he never puts on twice, so they never get up and follow him when he walks away. Our son, on the other hand, is a whole different subject.
Yeah.
His socks, he could take them off and throw them at the wall and he'd stick to it.
Oh.
He's getting better, but not fast enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that would be my as of right now, that is my biggest pet peeve in life, is his socks and just taking them off and setting them next one.
Then I think I'm doing pretty good. If that's the biggest pet peeve, I expected it to be a lot worse than that.
That's very true.
Oh, I have one more.
Up, here we go.
And it gets worse.
I do have another one. When he falls asleep on the couch and wakes up crabby.
Oh.
He had you should tell him about your dream you had last night. How weird it was.
This show is about you, not my crazy.
He woke up mad for no reason. And I'm sitting there trying really hard not to laugh at him, because it was the strangest dream I've ever heard him tell me about. And I was trying really hard. But the gist of it is, when he falls asleep on the couch and he wakes up and he's very crabby because of a dream he's had. A dream. That's a pet peeve. Sorry.
You
Yeah.
get mad at me over dreams you have, but you'll stay mad for like hours.
Yeah, well, my dreams don't consist of zombie birds with red eyes and trying to shoot them with bows.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys about that dream though. It was weird, but Nate, you were in it. You and your wife were in it.
Yes.
It was weird. I couldn't help but
And
laugh.
that's why she's not here today.
Yeah.
Steven wants us to play the newlywed game. Myra's saying, ladies, tell us the truth. Can you outsource outshop your husband. She can outshop me. I don't know about outsource.
I don't
Right.
think that I've ever tried. I mean, if I go to the store by myself, I might look, but I don't know how to do as much as he does to like figure out comps and stuff. So, like I might tell him, hey, this is this, whatever, but I can outshop him all day, every day. And I will. But when we go together, we kind of, honestly, I get bored with it after a while. So like we might go to a store and I might like walk through the aisles, look with him. But if he gets stuck in a clearance aisle, I'm gone. Because I'm just like, this is going to take forever. And he has to go with a scooter. So I'm stuck like standing there like a dipstick because I don't know what to do and I'm bored. So I just walk around the stores and leave him and find my own stuff.
Pretty much.
So outsource, no. Outshop, yes.
And then she'll eventually, like, if I'm finding a lot of good stuff, she'll like be sitting there with that like scowl on her face, like, are we gonna leave this store anytime soon? Knowing in the back of her head we're not. So she gets a little bit irritated with that.
Because most of the time he has all the stuff in the cart anyways. So it's like you don't scan every single thing if you already have that, is how I feel. But I don't know. It is what it is. It makes him happy, so I do it, and I try to come alongside him and support him with it. So I think that pat myself on the back. Just
yeah.
kidding.
With Amazon though, you do need to scan everything, or else you could really bone yourself in the end. So,
and I know that
it's gotten a lot worse since I've been on Amazon. Ooh. Now I literally want to.
Hello, friend.
Look what Ash found the brownie points.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
So I get that.
Jeez. Excuse me, guys.
If you're gonna eat the brownie points, at least share the love.
Don't joke.
Okay, I guess I can't have any of the brownies.
Mm-mm.
All right, sounds good. How about you, Destiny?
It depends on the day and where we're at.
Mm.
I can outshop him like crazy. He hates shopping. Outsourcing, it depends on the day. It really does, and where we're at. I've actually kind of got him looking outside the box, like encouraged it more. And so I found a Peanuts Gang cookie jar.
Yeah.
And it was $6.99. So, and it comped out at, what did you end up selling it at? Or what did it comp out at?
80, we sold it at 85 plus shipping.
Oh, moly.
What was it going for? Because he always puts it a little bit lower than what everybody else is to get it to move.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's the bargain effect. But what was the comps?
The comps were right about there. Well, I usually run a continuous 20% sale that I renew every couple of days. So I price up from the market comps, the middle range market comps, and then when I run the sale, that brings it down just below. So
right,
it's like I'm not cheaper than everybody else. I'm just on the lower end of the middle, but I'm not like at the bottom to beat everybody else out.
Oh,
see, she don't know.
I don't know. I don't follow his plan.
But it comped right around, $80-$90. There was some that sold for $130 and some that sold for $60.
So that day I beat him. Otherwise,
yeah, I would have never looked at cookie jars because I figured it's a pain to ship and they're fragile. But when there's that much profit in it, I'm down for the pain.
Yeah,
These brownies are fire.
She makes me want to snack now. Oh, I got chocolate covered cherry.
thank you.
Yeah, so Nate's close enough. He can come get one of them brownies.
Tommy's got chocolate covered cherries.
Oh yes, is that what like not the cream, but like the juice, cherry juice?
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. Yeah, it's those cardinals or cardinals or whatever they are.
They're very cold. You can have it.
I know Nate's wife is pretty good sourcing. I've seen her in action.
We battle. We'll go, and then we'll go separate ways. She'll hit up one side of the store, like especially Target. She'll go because Target's clearance is everywhere, so she'll hit one spot, and then I'll go over here towards like the games and the other stuff that's clearance, and then we'll kind of like Marco Polo it out and meet, because that's how we figure out where we're at. And she'll start coming up towards my way, and if I see a big smile on her face, then I know she found a whole bunch of stuff, or she wants something for her personal. So it's either one. But since doing Amazon, she, instead of being sort of like how Ashley is and doesn't know how to, like my wife doesn't know how to comp eBay or whatever, and like then she kind of feels like she doesn't want to, or she can't help as much unless she sees something that she knows it's like huge money because she just knows the price. Now with Amazon, she's scanning, she's able to put in the data, and then she knows like what I look for, and then I'm trying to teach her the ranks so this way she can make a lot of independent purchases without my 2 cents.
Right Dreamer's asking you guys, do each of you help with reselling or have a passion for it? You guys can go first on this one.
I do help. Do a lot of the paperwork, so he can just get stuff listed and all that. Passion for it?
Absolutely not.
No, not really. It's not my thing. It's his thing, and I love him, so I help him when he needs help, and that's about it. I mean, I've tried helping, a little bit more, like get more involved in the sourcing part of it, and I just find too many personal stuff. So I try not to do a whole lot of the sourcing unless we need personal stuff. So,
taking her sourcing costs too much.
Yeah, he's not going to take me to Appleton anymore because I bring back birds. Every time we've gone the last couple times, I brought back a bird.
So in regards to me, yeah. And he tried to do it on a snake too, and I heard it.
See, I get away with it every morning, but not when she's here.
No, little trifling. Okay, so
must be profits over there getting spilled out.
A passion for it? No, I don't. And do I help source? Sometimes I do, but like I said, I don't know much about it. So I might like get something and then hand it to him and let him do his thing. I do take him to the post office.
Yeah, she's very helpful on those days where I have a lot of stuff, especially if it's like heavy stuff, like big Amazon boxes and stuff like that.
Like he can't carry them, so I'll carry them. But I guess we'll find out like how much I really love it when we come back from vacation, because we come back on the day, the last day that everything has to be out, and we'll probably not get home until like 3 or 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yep, and everything needs to be to the post office before 4:30. So I'll still have one more day for priority, but first class, like I'm going to be banging out all the first class stuff and sending her to the post office.
What time does the post office close on that day? And like 7? I thought they were open a little later.
Check to see if they have extended hours.
I didn't check their hours. No, I just know they're normally open until 4:30.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. I think they're open until 7 or so. 7 or 7:30 or something.
Well, that would be a huge difference.
Yeah, Nate, you could answer these questions in proxy for your wife too if you want, because I know Amber does help you out quite a bit.
She helps me a lot with reselling. She does a lot of the packing, labeling. She helped me find inventory because she sorts through my stuff sometimes because she has like OCD with how things are and if the kids will grab it. Passion for it, I would say it's more like how, like Destiny said, like she knows I love it, so she'll help me, and she's kind of competitive. So like when we go do Amazon sourcing, she'll try and outsource me and stuff. But yes, I would say it's not really her thing, but maybe it's starting to grow on her. Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah. Emily saying this is my first time here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you coming today.
Hello.
The wives are not resellers. but they kind of were forced into this lifestyle by proxy.
We love resellers.
I work full time. I work extra full time, actually, you could probably say. So, and then he does that. So I work, I'm a PCT at a hospital, and I plan on going to nursing school next year. And then I also go into people's houses and take care of them. So I do that, both of them. And then, like I said, hopefully in September, I will be starting nursing school.
Awesome.
So you guys are having trouble with the white screen, you said, Lynn? Let me change that. Boom. Is that better?
Ooh, that's fancy.
Yeah. That's good. That.
Yeah, that makes this pop out better.
Cool.
So how come there's leaves on that one and this one it's solid? I don't understand that. Oh, never mind. It's the angle. My bad.
Oh, here you go, babe.
Yeah.
Lisa C wants to know what you're looking forward to seeing the most at Walt Disney World.
There's probably a couple things. So I really enjoy the meet and greets with the characters. Like I get all up in it. Like I am in it.
I'm going to blow up her spot here just like she did with my fart a few minutes ago. She'll literally be there with the characters talking to them like she's part of the movie.
That's part of going to Disney.
She'll have a full-blown conversation with the Little Mermaid about her dingle hopper.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's
That's
like,
what you do.
Yeah, she's literally talking like it's a real person.
Because she is. But so the meet and greets, when I booked our dining, all of our dining are character meet and greets. We always meet them in the parks too. And then the other thing, I love shows. So like the fireworks, I'm really excited about the fireworks because they do like a whole production, and the parades. But overall, the whole thing, because it's just a whole, like Disney is literally like you're in a magical bubble and nothing else matters. And it's just something that really brings me happiness. And after, this past couple months with like my suicidal thoughts and everything, it's good that I'm finally looking forward to something because I haven't been. So I'm finally happy. Thanks for asking.
That's awesome.
So Myra is asking, how do you decide what to get a man that has a basement full of stuff for their birthday, anniversary, or holiday?
Well, he's not afraid to tell me what he wants. So there's that.
He hints around. I get confused.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Nate?
I'm picky. I never want anything bought for me. I'd rather have it into the business. So she'll either just buy me something or I won't get anything. I'll tell her I don't want anything. So I'd rather her and the kids have stuff and me to go source for my business. That's like my gift.
Yeah.
DC Sales says, how are you guys with tolerating a death pile in the house?
Pet peeve? Can we go back to that question? It depends because there are some times where like I come home and there's IKEA bags full of everything on the couch and the love seat and possibly the recliner. So I get irritated. And then there's times where I know that he's in so much pain that he literally cannot bring them downstairs until I get home. So I have to have grace and really just have grace. But for the most part, he's really good about it. He just brings them straight downstairs. And I don't have to deal with it, which is a plus. But I mean, the dogs and Nala, they bother all of that stuff. So we try to get it down as soon as possible. Nala will be laying in the bag and we won't know it and bring them down. So it's just best that we get it done. So I don't have to worry about it. Although our basement, if you saw the whole thing, it's like a maze, but
yeah, I literally have it set up in like sections, and then the part that isn't set up for reselling. That's just, it looks like an explosion of stuff. Like everything we own that's down here, like for storage, is literally in the corner, just stacked to the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then we have a washer and a dryer that you have to like basically go
Move
through.
stuff to get through.
Pretty much.
But that's the only time I come down is when I do laundry.
Tell them how much you used to love it whenever I used to sell out of like the dining room.
I don't want to go back there.
Yeah, I had no choice but to move into the basement. She was gonna definitely throat punch me then. How about you, Destiny?
Well, all his death piles are down in the basement in his little dungeon, so I don't have to per se deal with it. I have to deal with my own death piles upstairs and upstairs and
I would say her clutter takes up
my clutter is
more
worse
than my death pile.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, my death piles are way worse than his, but I'm getting through it, and I'm slowly realizing that I have an issue with it, and I've been going through everything and getting rid of it, and it's just all part of my mental health that I deal with on a constant basis as well. And so it's a slow process, but I'm getting there. Hey.
What about your wife, Nate?
I forgot the question.
How did you deal with your death pile?
With eBay, I don't have a lot of stuff, so it's not as bad because I do more Amazon than eBay. But she hates it. Like, she hates the tubs back here because it's just clutter. But it's most of my stuff's in tubs on my shelf, so it's not too bad. Like, you guys probably triple, quadruple me in store listings and stuff, so mine isn't too bad. But she hates what I have already. So if I would have that much stuff, I'd probably be in the basement too, just for the fact that I'd have to set up like a spot, which I'm starting to move the inventory down there.
Yeah. DC Cells is asking, what are the wives' other YouTube interests? Now, by that, do you mean like what they like to watch on YouTube? Because you don't really watch reselling, do you?
I don't.
I mean, she barely watches me, but she will sometimes. Sometimes I'll be laying in bed here to dun 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 dun. Then it makes me feel good that she took time out of her day to watch.
I watch all the time. And how many times have I been at work and I've watched her lives?
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
I'm going to call your boss right now and be like, not only is she playing hooky, but she watches my live stream.
I'm not playing hooky. I have a serious illness.
Okay. Yeah. Touche. So what are your other YouTube interests then, babe?
I think you guys already know that. For me, it's Disney. But I haven't really been watching a lot of YouTube just because I've been just so fatigued and like just out of it. But most of the time it's Disney. That's pretty much it.
I hear AJ's Disney food blog every day.
Every day. Well, because I got to be up on my Disney snacks.
Touche.
Clearly.
What channels do you like?
Obviously Disney food blog, Tim Tracker, Disney in Detail. I don't even know half the names. I don't really subscribe to people, to be honest with you. I just watch the channels. I guess that might be bad.
She didn't even have an account for YouTube. Like, she was literally just signing in like as a guest for the longest time, just because she doesn't really mess around with YouTube that much. And like literally, like I'd be close to milestones, like, babe, sign up for an account so you can sub to me. She's like, I don't feel like it. So like literally, what was I at? I was like close to 1,000 before you even subbed.
I do have 2 followers. I don't know how.
I think one of them's probably me.
Rude.
You got a $7 super chat from Bluegrass Picker. He says Disney arbitrage.
Oh,
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I was thinking, I haven't really run this by Ash yet, but with our live streams, I want to figure out something to where we can give away Disney themed prizes while we're down there.
So I just heard a bang upstairs. I may have to go check it.
It's okay. It's just the dogs or cat.
All right.
They sound like people, so you're okay. Nala probably just jumped off the table or something.
If he knocked over my tree.
He didn't. Calm down.
Like
So
you.
what do you like watching on YouTube, Destiny?
I like outside of reselling, I love to watch mysteries. Like there's a group called or a channel called Explore With Us, and they go through and like try to help find missing people and stuff. And like you get, I don't know how to explain how their channel is. It's like a
Who is it?
Explore With Us. I think you're usually down here working when I have them up, when I'm upstairs. It's, I don't know, it's just like stuff like that. Conspiracy things. I like watching all the conspiracy things. I've watched the 411. I don't know if people know what that is. The missing 411. It's like a big conspiracy thing. I think it's intriguing. I listen to a lot of Celtic music, a lot of Irish stuff. And
You like paranormal?
I love paranormal stuff. So I have that on sometimes too. And I think that's about it at this point that I can think of off the top of my head.
How about your wife, Nate?
She loves paranormal for sure because we used to watch Ghost Adventures and all that stuff on TV. So she watches like different channels with that. She likes watching makeup stuff because she used to do a makeup group on Facebook. And
Next question, pretty much.
trying to think what else I seen.
I'm gonna need to talk to her then, because I watch those makeup ones and I look like a clown afterwards.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm like, how do you do that? And then I do it exactly the same way, but
so see, whenever we get together one of these days, my wife can do like a makeup like
Tutorial?
the tutorial or like
Yeah.
a makeover,
yeah.
We
There
should
we
do
go.
we should do a live stream with it.
right?
That'd be funny.
Yeah, let's do that. That's cool.
We'll do us sourcing and them getting all purdy, and they'll be separate. Like we'll be on two different things at the same time.
That'd be cool.
Awesome idea.
So Stuart is asking, she knows Destiny has a channel for mental health, which is awesome. Do the other wives make content? If so, what kind? Ash doesn't really make content. She'll be in my shows sometimes.
Again. Oh my god.
Bombs over bag.
No, I don't.
Now we know how many times he does that when he's by himself.
Well, the odd thing is I didn't hear anything that time. I just smelt stank.
You just see a slight grin on his face right as it happens. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody asked you what your shirt said.
Oh,
I don't remember who it was.
Ashley's going to start making fart reaction videos. She's getting a lot of good practice today.
I feel like there should be a like cloud of green fog coming out right here.
that's profits. It's all around you.
Look, she's choking all the way in
I know.
Wisconsin.
I feel you.
I guess the wind's blowing west instead of east.
yeah.
Nice.
It was.
How about your wife, Nate?
Well, Destiny didn't go.
Well, because they already said she has her own channel. They were asking the other two.
Oh, got it. I have to subscribe.
Like I was saying before, she does, which I guess she really doesn't do it anymore, but she used to do a makeup channel on Facebook. But other than that, she doesn't have any content. She did a video on my channel, sourcing video, and she was talking about maybe doing a basically like being a mom with 3 kids type of show. Like she was talking about last night of doing something like that, just showing the experiences of kind of being, with the three kids and being so young, running around, just kind of documenting basically like her day.
Yeah, that's cool.
Guys, subscribed.
Guys, if you haven't already, You just got a sub from Ash, Destiny.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
If you haven't already, please go sub to Bluegrass Picker. I know I kind of just was in the middle of another question, but I really do appreciate that $7 super chat. That kind of stuff means like way more than you guys even know. It's real humbling that you guys would, think to do something like that for us. We really appreciate it. And I'm just trying to get caught up with the chat because I'm pretty far behind. I want to make sure that all the questions for the wives get answered.
Somebody had asked me what my shirt said, and I want to address that real quick.
Sure.
It says, I am not an airhead, I'm enchanted.
Ooh, I like that.
There you go.
And he came up with it. Because he says sometimes I'm an airhead, and I'm like, I'm not an airhead. So he's came up with that
Misha
saying.
Renee was Minnie Mouse for Halloween this year.
Oh, I bet that was cute.
I also want to throw it out there. Tommy is 5 subs away from 500. So if I could please ask you guys to go and sub to Tommy if you haven't. Like if you have multiple channels or whatever, get over there and sub to him. Babe, go sub to him.
That'd be great.
Uh-oh, what happened?
We want to get Tommy to 500 by the end of the show. And Destiny, I think she was 8 away from 600. Well, now she'd be 7 because Ash just subbed. So go sub to both of them. Both of their links are either in chat or in the description.
Would much appreciate it.
Yes,
That'd be
thank
great.
you.
Yeah.
She said that she needs a Destiny shirt,
Nice.
or her sister does.
Just
Tommy's over there like, well, how much you willing to pay? I'll have her go change right now.
All right.
right off her back.
God.
She just subbed to you too, Tommy.
Thank you.
Nate.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have a hard time. Just type in eBay after every day I'm hustling.
Yeah, that's the way I find it the easiest.
Yeah, Misha, I am wearing a Santa hat with Mickey ears. That was part of getting Ashley to come on here. She bought these for me yesterday at Five Below.
Is this it?
Yes.
Woo woo.
There we go.
There you go, Nate. You got another sub too.
Yeah.
Sub Best by Ashley. Are there any other questions out there, guys? Yeah, definitely give a thumbs up for Ashley and Destiny coming on today.
Yes.
Sure.
Wish
We'll
my
have to
wife.
do it again.
Wish my wife could have been here. This would have been cool just to have all 3 of them here.
I want to see what like Ash and Amber are like around each other because I have a feeling like they'd be like clicking.
BFFs, yeah,
Because like they could like in unison punch us both in the throat.
right,
That's kind of like
Yeah.
through that beard is to kind of like cushion the blow.
right. That's all about the neck, the protecting the neck here. You know, don't want to get the jugular exposed.
Okay, here you go, babe. What's the over under? Anthony gets slapped before the video is done. Asking for a friend.
90-10. If he keeps farting, it's going to be under 100. Can't take it. It's a little area. It's all getting stuck in my section.
Misha, what questions were you asking? Were you asking specific questions to Nate? I'm watching the chat, Misha. I'm just really far behind. So I'm trying to make sure everybody gets. Oh, you were asking about Nate's wife. Gotcha. Yeah, we said in the beginning she had a doctor's appointment. But yeah, I'm far behind in the chat in case anybody's wondering. I just want to make sure all of the questions for the wives get addressed. That's why I'm throwing them all up on the screen. We're sorry if I missed anybody. But yeah, Nate is kind of like the man who's manning like the early portion of the chat. Or I mean, the most recent part of the chat.
She said
Yeah.
you answered them.
I see my name got spelled wrong.
Yeah. Because you rock, so I put rock in twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Damn
you
rock.
Hey, Tracy wants to know why you're so gassy today.
That ain't just today.
It's every day.
I don't know. In the morning, it just tends to be there a little bit more than the rest of. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just-
exactly. In the morning. No, this is all day.
Do you care to like give a brief rundown of the wonderful flagellants you get to experience on a
No,
daily
it's
basis?
the worst in the car.
And you guys are going to be on a plane, aren't you?
The plane. The plane.
And the
That's
great part is I have like no shame with it.
No
So
shame. He waits for people to smell it and see their faces.
Just
It's-
me, Kathy.
It's so bad and it's embarrassing.
you do it too.
Babe, I don't.
Just
No.
me, Kathy sent you $4.99 for Ashley's gas mask.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Kathy. Look, she has a little doctor mask on.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Need that.
That's why he's giving up those Fiber One brownies. You don't need none of that. Yeah,
There's
those are.
stock down here. I
Well,
can't.
Yeah, it's for brownie points, babe.
Yeah, well, you don't give fart brownie points. That's not like a gift. Especially for a spouse.
A little
This
crop
happens
dusting.
all day. This is our life.
Oh, what happened last night during Fuller House when we were watching?
Oh my gosh, it was awful. It was absolutely awful. Like, it smelled like egg salad. Like, egg salad buffaloed our bedroom. And, like, it was awful. And I couldn't. It was like 9:30 at night, and I started to go get my stuff ready because, like, to pack, because I couldn't stay in there anymore. And it was like one after another. Like, boom, egg, oh, just, it was awful.
But then tell them about Fuller House though. Like right after you said it,
Oh,
was like
right
egg
after,
salad.
yeah, right after I said it, they said something about somebody eating egg salad.
It was awesome. It was like perfect timing.
We both like
Stars
snapped.
aligned.
We both snapped, looked at each other, and I'm like, I'm leaving, and I walked out.
It was awesome.
And then
I guess you had to be there.
the dogs walk by me, fart, and you can't hear it. All you smell is poop. So I have him and the dogs.
Yep.
It's awful. My life is just a mess.
I'm really glad that this is way opened. Wait.
Reseller King says he's $4.99 for you, Tommy. So we need one more sub for Tommy to hit 500.
Oh, yay. Come on.
Get him to that
Whoever-
500.
Yes.
Whoever's the 500th, put it in there. I'll send you out a sticker.
Yes. Why didn't I wait till 5?
Old school picker said he got his sticker yesterday, Anthony. Thanks.
Awesome, man. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I sent him out the same day. So DC Sales is saying, so Tommy went off. He's probably farting right now too.
What? How did that happen? I don't know how that happened.
So DC Sales is there an item your hubby sells that you know more about than he does, i.e. Disney?
Yes. The Disney stuff. In fact, he will, like if he finds something and I'm not with him, he'll send me a picture and say, do you want this or should I get it? So that's, yeah.
Almost everything Disney that comes through the house, unless it's a duplicate, she keeps.
Yeah. It's like yeah. Yeah.
It's like a yeah.
Most of the time, though, if he gets Disney, whatever it is, I get it. There hasn't been much that I haven't kept. Like he found really nice. We'll do them in like the Disney collection video, but they're like really nice clocks. They're those ones that have the glass thing over top of them. You know what I'm talking about? And they like sit on like a gold stand, and then the glass top comes off. I don't know. They're worth a lot of money, but he just found 2 of those at a Goodwill for me. So, but yeah, Disney for sure. Oh, and like makeup and jewelry. And also purses sometimes, because I'm like a huge, I used to collect Dooney and Burks. Now I'm into Michael Kors and Coach. So he always comes to me for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I'd say what was the other thing I'll ask you about too? Dang, just on the tip of my tongue.
Clothes.
Well, yeah,
Women's
clothing you helped me with,
Yeah.
but there was another big one that I always ask you about.
It'll come to you.
Yeah, it'll come to me. I literally had it, but then you talked too long and I lost it.
I always talk to you.
It's okay. How about you, Destiny?
I don't even know. I really don't. What is the question is there an item that I know that you sell that I know more about than you do?
Yeah, when we bought a bunch of liquidation makeup, which I know nothing about makeup, so she actually had to help me source that and pick that out because I don't know what girls like in makeup. But she did because it sold through really fast.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put it on, but I know about it.
Exactly.
And some jewelry. I know
Yeah.
some jewelry.
I don't know jewelry at all either.
Was it?
I don't know jewelry at all either.
Yeah. And then
Can't tell about all my necklaces I had on. But
Blang blang.
otherwise, I'm not. I guess it's a hit and miss. So I had to learn a lot about clothes because I didn't know anything about clothes, and he didn't know anything about clothes. So I ended up learning it. So I had to help him with that.
Misha asks, how much are y'all shirts?
yeah, I was just gonna type that. I didn't want to interrupt. $15 plus first class shipping.
Would that be for like them to buy shirts from you, or would that be like if they were getting like merch from us? Or would it be-
Hold on, he needs
Cookie in my
to.
mouth.
He's got cookie.
That's just like the outright price.
Okay, so like anybody that, for example, because I know I had a few people say they wanted to buy a Picksburgh shirt, so you're saying it would be $15 plus shipping. For them
Right.
to- okay, gotcha.
And the shirts, you guys, are seriously awesome and really good quality. I can't wait to wear ours to Disney. I can't wait to see how they look in pictures. And I actually tried on, because I still have them all in packages. I tried on the Epcot one the other day with my Epcot ears. I was in love. I was in love. I love
Yeah,
it.
I saw the picture. I was like, I woke up at the middle of the night. I don't remember exactly what time it was the other night. And Anthony had sent me the picture, and I'm like, so glad she loves it. You look like a little kid. And you're all like,
I know. I'm so excited. They're going to look awesome in pictures. So I thank you guys again.
yeah, not a
Oh,
problem.
and just so everybody knows, they make cups too. They made me my favorite. Wait, what do I do?
Just stick it in front of the green light.
Oh, she made me this. So buy everything.
And those are the same price. Those are 15 plus first class shipping. We charge a flat.
There you go, Tom. Is
You're
that-
blowing up over here.
Yeah, that's because it sounds like I'm getting a whole bunch of sales, but it's because I got two phones going on.
Gotcha.
So it's only half as good as it sounds.
Gotcha.
Let's see.
Misha, are you using your mug? She said she was putting it up on a shelf because she was afraid she was going to break it. She's got to use her mug.
She says, my TB mug is awesome.
That was a sticker purchase from Chris. I don't know who Chris is, but thank you very much.
Old school
It's
picker.
probably old school picker.
Who is it?
Old school picker,
probably.
AKA Larry.
Tina's asking, do
Thank
ladies ever keep something they find to resell, and what was it? Ash kind of answered that it's normally Disney for her. Do you keep anything else besides Disney stuff?
No, I mean, I guess sometimes it depends on where it's bought also, like,
Lost.
but no, I mean, usually the Goodwill, I keep like all the Disney stuff, and I don't really keep anything else. So. No.
How about you, Des?
Anything that's Irish, if he comes across something Irish, I keep that. And
Yeah, what I just get you at the bins? I got her a Build-A-Bear Shamrock green teddy bear.
Oh,
and I cuddle up with it on the couch. It's very fun and cool. But yeah, anything Irish. Trying to think of what else there's not really much of any. Oh, I did
Some clothes.
Kind of take a couple of the makeup palettes for my personal, because I wanted to try to learn how to put it on, and I wanted to also test it to see the quality and stuff like that. And it was really nice. Like, it was the makeup was really silky smooth. It stayed on real good, and so that way, if anybody had any questions, I could answer them for him and stuff like that. And some clothes, certain clothes. Otherwise, not much that he gets I want to keep.
How about Amber, Nate?
I think everything I bring home is a battle. If it's a kid item, like a toy, she wants to keep it. If it's like I got a Michael Kors wallet that's brand new, she wanted to keep it.
Yes.
Purses, she wanted to keep them. Maybe that's why I don't source as much for eBay. I don't know.
Touche. Especially when you have to keep it in the house.
Yeah, it just disappears off my shelf. Like I had that happen with a toy the other day that I thought I had a couple of, and next thing you know, I had like one or two. So at least I got rid of that one and then took it down. So the struggle was real.
Mm-hmm.
Just me, Kathy says that because she got a mug from us, and she says the mug still looks brand new, goes through the dishwasher every other day. The mugs are high quality, and she got one of our TBE mugs, but we can put whatever design you want on a mug, and it's sublimination, so it's microwave dishwasher safe. And
Keurig.
Yeah, Keurig safe.
Yeah, that's how I put my coffee in mine, was my Keurig. And I mean, I thought at first like it was a sticker, but it's like legit in there. So
Yeah,
I wash it, and I mean, hot, cold, I don't know.
Yeah, it's put on through a sublimination process, so it actually becomes part of the mug. It's nothing that you're going to scrape or scratch off or wash off. There's no feel to it. There's no raising. There's no nothing like that. It's embedded.
Misha asked if
yes, we can put whatever you want on there, Misha.
Yep, I'm actually working on a Christmas gift for my mom, of my mom and my Aunt Shirley. My Aunt Shirley passed away a few years ago, and so I'm doing a collage picture thing for my mom on a mug.
And in fact, like on our sticker, I got my picture just goofing around from the show last week. But I'm actually going to turn this into a wider wrap that's going to go around the mug and be put on a mug. So we can do lettering, pictures, any type of graphic.
Yep.
So Shane's asking, does the reselling business make you nervous financially?
Absolutely.
I think he's asking the wives.
Yeah, the wives.
Of course it does. It sure does, especially when there's returns. Granted, you don't get many returns. So even just, I don't know, it's nerve-wracking sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree sometimes, but to be honest with you, well, first of all, I just want to say, like, his reselling paid for 90% of Disney.
That's awesome.
So I only paid a very little bit of it, and he paid the rest. So I felt like that was extra money that I didn't have to put out that he did. But for the most part, it doesn't make me it makes me nervous for him because he has his PayPal and his loan and all that stuff, and I get that. But as far as like me and our bills and everything, they're taken care of like under my pays. So I don't really, when he can, he pays us. He really does, which is nice because it's like extra money. But for the most part, I mean, I feel like that's his thing, and he does it. If he can pay us, he can. If he can't, he can't. So it's kind of one of those things where it really doesn't matter to me as long as he's happy. And I know that when he wasn't doing anything at all because of his disability, it was making him depressed. So this is giving him something to do and to work forward to, and to make sure that he feels like he's actually doing something. And so I mean, I feel it's a job for him and he works at it, but I also feel like it's something that really God is using for him to not feel like he's not contributing, I guess you could say.
Right. Yep. And it's nice too, because before I started my reselling business, like literally she was shouldering the entire load of the household. And now it's like I can give her a paycheck, every week. I mean, there's exceptions. Like some weeks, like if I get hit with like massive returns, like last week I got hit with $120 some return, and I got hit with a 99.97 return. Plus, I just had a crap week on eBay for sales, and Amazon pays like bi-weekly or whatever. So, I just was like, yeah, I'm going to have to just use the money that I made this week to kind of funnel into new inventory. So there are some weeks where like I'll go and be like, hey, but I can't pay us this week, but for the most part, I'll make up like the next week or whatever, and I'll give her as much of the profits as I can, with still leaving some for me to, be able to reinvest and to keep the business rolling.
And to be honest with you, I don't expect anything from him weekly. So it's not like I'm expecting this money and then I'm let down. I go as if he's not giving me anything. So when he does, it's like, oh, okay, we have extra whatever. But if he doesn't, then it's like, okay, I didn't even worry about it anyways.
Yeah. I mean, she's a nurse, so like she makes a good living. You know what I mean? So we're not like, I mean, we're not balling, but we're not like struggling at this point either. So it's, it's been nice, and the business is scaled, and a lot of what I make, though, I do reinvest into the business, because I don't want this to be like a nickel and dime operation. You know what I mean? I want to build this to be something to where when she starts nursing school, she can go to part-time and not have to even worry about, making the money she makes now. You know what I mean? I want the business to kind of become our primary income, and her to kind of like, I want to switch roles with her. That's kind of what I'm working towards now. Whereas like I'm the supplemental income and she's the sugar mama. Like I've said that plenty of times, like the thing that allows me to resell full time is having a sugar mama. And that's 100% true. But I want to become a sugar daddy, and I want her to be my sugar baby. So
sugar daddy's candy. Yum.
I just want to say thank you. That cha-ching was Misha on a sticker purchase.
Yay!
I appreciate it. It all helps. It all helps.
I need to get like a cool sticker made with like a picture like that. So all mine has is the logo.
I got your picture, Anthony. You seen it?
Yeah. He cartoonized the picture of me.
Can we take a vote and see if people think we should use that picture?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to pop it up on screen.
Yep. Let me bring it up here.
I think you should use a big cloud of green dust. Like the Mr. Yuck sticker. Do the Mr. Yuck sticker. That would be awesome.
I have a Mr. Yuck sticker, too.
We do. For somebody else that we used it on.
All right.
There's more than just him.
There we go. Look at that.
That doesn't even look like Nala.
Well, yeah. No. Look how big he got.
I know, but I think he gave us the wrong cat.
Maybe.
Well, I didn't Photoshop a different kitty in his hand.
No, I know that. I'm saying they're like, I don't think she gave us the kitten we picked. We picked that kitten, but I don't think Nala was that kitten.
Yeah, we didn't see any balls when we picked it.
At all.
Now he's got him a swinging.
Let's see a one in chat if we feel we should use this picture for Anthony's photo sticker or whatever he'd want to put it on, mugs, whatever.
Or you can put it too if you want the Mr. Yuck.
Yep, I got that too.
We'll have Ashley like gagging in the middle of the Mr. Yuck picture.
It's on your computer?
It's on my computer.
Oh.
Let's see. Nate, is the business make your wife nervous financially?
Honestly, she always tells me that she fully trusts everything that I'm doing, and I do work too. So if it was just the business by itself, I would say maybe a little bit, like if I was full time. But it's because I work, full time job on top. I don't think that she worries too much. She has the ultimate confidence in my business, making decisions.
Nate, how do you like handle working plus doing the business?
I just roll with the punches and try to do as much as I can.
Yeah.
That's honestly, I mean, there's weeks I work 50 hours or some that I just, as soon as like my 8 hours, clings out, I just run out of there. You know what I mean? And with Amazon, it's the only way that I'm able to do things in a bigger scale because of the FBA shipping and them doing all that stuff. So, like, if I would have had to ship out 125 items this week from Amazon, I wouldn't be able to do shows or anything. Like, it would cut out so much stuff because packing all that would take forever. And finding inventory, just finding all that inventory. If I had to keep it all here, oh my goodness.
It's not responding.
Amy's asking, how do you do videos? Can't talk half the time, let alone do videos or lives. It gets easier the more you do them. You can go back to like our first video and we're just like two morons sitting on a couch pulling out stuff we bought from Walmart to sell on eBay. So it gets easier over time. Plus, like, I had a lot of experience in public speaking through preaching at the church and being a professional wrestler, talking on a microphone, standing in spandex. So it gets easier over time. Any of you guys want to chime in on that?
I'm still trying to build up my confidence. Like, I'm the type of person, I get in front of a class when I was in school and I would freeze up. You know what I mean? So as time goes, I'm getting more confidence and being able to really be me and let it all hang out and do me. You know what I mean? And I think I'm starting to really become really, really comfortable.
Yeah, see me, I'm okay with the lives. It's the pre-recorded where I'm all by myself and I'd have to talk to a camera that I'm uncomfortable with. That's why I haven't done any. It's just kind of like how I don't have any. I need something to feed off of.
Me? Am I next?
You can be.
Honestly, for me personally, it's still a nervous thing hitting that live button, regardless if I'm with people or by myself. My channel, I am a very big hot mess. Like, I spill coffee. You never know what's going to happen on my channel, but that's me. And you have to remember to be yourself no matter what happens once you're live, once you do a video. Because when you do a pre-recorded, you can edit a lot of things out. But when you're live, I'm sure you can edit some things afterwards, but just go with the flow and be yourself. It's your nerves are always going to be there. And for a lot of people, it gets easier. It just all depends on who you are. And so with that, just go with the flow.
Do you want to say anything about that?
Well, this is my first live. So, I mean, obviously I've been in the videos, but I'm a very insecure person. There's just things about me that I don't like to be seen and whatnot. But so it's very uncomfortable for me. But I try to, I'm not the most, I'm blunt. I say what I feel. I don't sugarcoat anything. And some people that could really offend, and I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't want to, but at the same time, I'm not gonna not say how I feel, because it's important how I feel. And so I'm a little hood, so I try not to get too hood on people, because some people are like, oh my gosh, this white girl is going crazy on me. I'm like, yeah. But so it's just, I'm very insecure with myself. So, and I work on it, but I've been like this all my life. So maybe after a few I'll get better, but it's definitely, he had to pretty much beg me to do this. But not because I don't love it, not because I don't love the community and the people who follow us and whatnot. It's just because I'm very, very insecure.
Yeah.
I'm even insecure with Anthony. So it's not like, it's just this. I'm insecure with him, and it's me.
Yeah. So Myra's asking, how many years have you been married, or you could just say together? Was your husband reselling when you married him?
So we have been together since 2005. And we've been married 8 years. And he was not reselling when we met.
Technically, I
He
was.
was a drug dealer. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he was a drug dealer when we met.
So I was reselling.
And I was buying. But that's a whole nother show. He only started reselling, what's it been, like a year or two?
It's been a few years.
Yeah, I think once he got to like the doctors told him he was not able to work a regular job. He went through like a depressed season kind of, and then he found reselling and it just perked him up. So
yeah, finding Garage Flip's channel like really was a game changer for like the course of what my life was to become, you know, because I started watching the things he was picking up. I'm like, man, I can go pick that stuff up. You know what I mean? Like I was already kind of selling at flea markets just to make a little bit of money. So for me, it was a no-brainer just to start eBay and everything like that. So, but yeah, so that's kind of how that worked. There's a lot more meat in that story. You know, God did like a incredible transformation in our lives to kind of get us from where we were, you know, 15 years ago to where we are now. But
holy crap, 15 years.
Yep, you're getting old. How about you guys, Destiny, Tommy?
Well, we've been together for 7-8 years.
Oh yeah, something like that.
We're not even sure, we lost count, honestly, because it seems like we've been together forever. And he has always been a seller of some sorts. He did a lot of marketplace, Facebook. He wasn't a drug dealer, but he did do like, I don't know how to explain what you used to do.
I was a movie bootlegger full time. I sold the shit out of some bootleg movies, made a full-time living off of it for like 3 years. I was a hustler, mobile mechanic.
Yeah.
Peddled a little pot. And always just bought and sold stuff. But
He was a mobile mechanic when we met. And he just started about 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
On
4 years
eBay.
ago, I went legit with it. Filed it as a business. Decided to start paying some taxes.
Yeah.
And all of that.
So yeah, but I can't honestly tell you how long we've been together because it's been so long and it feels like forever. So we'll just say we've been together forever.
Yeah. What about you, Nate?
Me and my wife been together for 9, almost 10 years. We met day after Christmas many years ago. Where I was out with a friend and we're out drinking, and he's like, "Let's go to this one other bar. There's supposed to be some girls there." I'm like, "Okay, let's go." I wanted to go home, but so we went there. Long story short, there was one seat available. I told him I'm sitting there, and there she was sitting next to me. So we danced, we laughed, we exchanged numbers. I almost didn't get her number because I tried to play hard to get. I'm glad I ran. I ran pretty fast. I was like Forrest Gump. I was like, wait a second. Come back. So I gave her my number, and then we basically been together ever since. I moved in with her because I was living at my mom's because I just got out of jail and stuff like that and didn't have really much to hang my hat on. And we went through some times where my demons of addiction had battled me and I got locked up again, but we still fought through everything and I got everything, together, and I started working at a couple different good jobs and, got everything under control, and What was I gonna say? And then I hurt my foot and started reselling. So I've been reselling for about a year and a half.
Awesome.
So what's the most irritating thing about your hubby's reselling business? Maybe I'm stirring the pot, but I'm a little curious. Yeah, stir up that pot. Ash is fully willing to throw me under the bus.
I was going to say, I'm ready to
back it
throw
up.
punch. Go ahead, Destiny. You can go.
Just constant stuff. Although I do have to say it's not as bad as it used to be. And because of his constantly wanting to do resale and go out and stuff, it saved my life. It saved my life. We were out sourcing, doing, what do you call it, a sourcing date? We were on a date, but we were sourcing, and
So we can write off a portion of the date.
and I ended up in the hospital. And during that time, we were at a hospital that was near a hospital that was able to save my life. And so I have a newfound outlook on reselling, on life.
Reselling saved you.
Reselling did save my life, literally saved my life. So I think that if we would have been home, I wouldn't be sitting here right now enjoying this show with you guys.
That's awesome.
If it wasn't for reselling. So, which that is, what happened is on my channel. So you guys can check that out if you'd like.
The most irritating, well, I said one of them earlier was the phone. Sometimes I want to throw it in the river.
Yes, please.
But I think the other thing is, no matter where we go, we could be going in for one item and we have to go to clearance. Like, no matter what. So we could go into a store for one item and be there for 2 hours. Because it's like we have to source in every single store, which is probably why I get bored so quickly. So, yeah.
I kicked him out. He went to go do my coffee now. Go get my coffee for me today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I went to go take a sip of mine and it was empty and I was sad.
Tommy, you forgot somebody's coffee mug.
How about your wife, Nate?
Probably she hates how kind of like my working schedule is, because I work 1 o'clock to 10 p.m. basically on like a normal day. So I come home and, I have eBay sales or I'm going to check Amazon. So now I'm packing orders in the middle of the night because I know I'm not going to wake up in the morning like early enough to do before the show and stuff. So as like all the kids are asleep, I'm running around the house trying to find stuff, or I'm asking her to help me find something. And, usually she's like dead tired because, she's running after her 3 kids all day, and it's not easy. And I'm lucky to have her, be the mother that she is to allow me to resell the way I do. So, and to work, too. So, yeah, she would definitely say me coming home late and then expecting her to help me pack, or at least tell me where something is, because she most of the time organizes like some of my upstairs inventory on my shelves.
Cool. So Tina's asking, have any of you bought return pallets? I haven't, but I'm going to this winter. Like I was saying, I have like a little bucket list I put together for the business. Since we're in a cold weather city, we have no garage sales, which garage sales, like literally I'll make money hand over fist going to garage sales every week. But without the garage sales, it does hurt my business. Last winter, I survived mainly doing RA for eBay and Goodwill bins mainly. Like I'd go buy a brand new death pal every week from the bins. But this winter, I'm still going to be doing the bins. I'm still going to be doing RA, but mainly for Amazon. And I have a little bit of a bucket list. I want to get at least one pallet, and I want to do a storage unit, and I want to see if those two are viable for me. But we've also discussed going on a sourcing trip as well. We talked a little bit about it yesterday with me and Nate spooning. But
sporking.
Yeah, we're gonna spork. My
I
new
don't
name
even know what that means.
is Forky.
Hopefully, I don't see any yuck mouth clouds.
You will.
You will,
You
dude.
will.
Yeah. That's the problem with being the big spoon is you're gonna get blasted.
I'll have to wear a mask or put a towel
We're
on my
gonna have
face.
to wear a hazmat suit because it's gonna get stuck on you. Because if you're cuddling, it's gonna be like a freaking machine gun.
Oh,
Stop.
Whoa, no, stuck like glue.
Yeah. So you better. Someone needs to super chat for the hazmat suit. Nate.
Yep. Yeah, you're gonna at least need something to cover that beard so you don't get
right.
chunks stuck in there.
Next thing you know, my beard will just start falling off.
And I'll get you some of that poopery that you spray in the toilet, and we can put that in your beard.
Oh yeah. I'll have to do like this.
Fall off the chair.
I bet y'all weren't ready for this conversation.
Wow.
I can vape like this.
I don't know how, but sometimes when me and Ash are together, I'd say a good 30 to 35% of the conversation revolves around poop and farts.
I know you too.
All he does. I don't understand it. I shotgun farts that like poo goes everywhere. It's awful.
They're talking about spooning and forking and hazmat suits. Machine gun parts.
John Jones said our beards are going to Velcro together.
Who's spooning? Yesterday it was Nate Nancy. Spooning.
And forking and shot.
It's all right. It's all right. 'Cause if
Damn,
it's,
man,
I'm lactose intolerant, so if Anthony's really firing off shots, I'll have to return fire. That's all. Lots of ice cream and cereal.
We're gonna have a shootout here in Pittsburgh.
It's gonna be battle shits.
You know what it's gonna be like? Have you ever seen that game for Nintendo called Splatoon where they run around blasting the different colored inks? It's gonna be me and Nate firing back at each other.
It'll be all out war.
Bye for Breeze. Right, John?
Yeah.
Amber and I will need our own room.
Yeah, we'll make sure to keep you guys safe.
Yeah.
No wives have been hurt during this next trip.
Okay, so better idea, Anthony. Wear the hazmat suit and make him inhale them. Yeah, but the problem is everybody likes it.
Wait, somebody
You
said
had a brain fart?
Oh, that was great. My face hurts from laughing.
That's what happens when the wives come on.
Right.
But I guess the actual question was, have we bought return pallets? I said I haven't, but I will. Tommy.
I don't want to go with the return pallet. I do want to buy pallets, but I don't want to go with the return. At least not in the beginning, because I don't want to gamble my money. I want to go with either like shelf pulls or retail ready stuff that I know is going to work. When it's return pallet, you're doing some gambling there on what you're actually going to get. I want to feel a little bit more secure. Then maybe down the road when I have some money to play with, I might gamble on the cheaper return pallets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get into pallets for sure. I just don't know when or what, but if the deal is good enough, I will 100% give either one a go.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get into the pallets next year. It would just save so much time as far as sourcing and really growing the listings to be able to list multi quantities of the same type of item.
Next question is, do you help with the kids?
I try to help as much as I can. Working as much as I do, it's tough, especially the hours that I do, because it's for the most part, Monday, 5 days a week, I'm gone for the majority of the time they're up. So the mornings, especially when I'm, or when I'm off, they're always with me. If I'm sourcing, if I'm home, doing my work and hang out, they'll come hang out with me sometimes. And I'm always with the kids. I don't really go out other than sourcing and stuff like that, so I'm always with them. My wife is awesome.
Sure.
We don't have kids, but we have fur kids. And yeah, I mean, he helps when he can, for sure. So, I mean, it's basically, bathroom, litter, food.
They see me take the dogs out all the time. They even start singing the song.
You do take the dogs out all the time. I just wish you would clean the litter a little bit more. But that's a whole nother show.
Who's better at cooking?
It depends what we're cooking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd say you're a really good cook, but I think I'm a pretty good cook too.
Mm-hmm.
I cook more often, probably.
You do cook more often, but I cook. Yeah. I mean, you cook a lot more. I cook when we have people over. I cook like if it's like a special thing, but because I work so much, I don't really have an option. I can't really cook. But I do know, like, when we had people over last, I took all of my stuff to my client's house. I cooked everything there and was able to bring it home.
It was bomb.
So that was really good. I have the opportunity to.
That was my birthday dinner.
Yeah, I'm able to do that at Connie's house. She lets me cook and then bring it home. So.
How about you and your wife, Nate?
If my wife didn't cook, I'd starve for the beer to be dead. I do the real basic stuff, the stuff that goes in the microwave, or I'll make some homemade stuff every once in a while. Like I'll make what was that thing? I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I don't really cook that much. The wife is the supplier. I usually order pizza most of the time. Plug for Domino's.
Yep. I hear you there. How about between Tommy and Destiny? Who's the better cook?
Like I say, it depends on what we're cooking. I'm more of the meat cook. She's so paranoid about like undercooking meat that she overcooks it.
And I'm not much of a meat eater, so.
But she does more of the the sides, the stuff that would go with the roasted potatoes and the cabbage steaks and stuff like that.
I'm wickedly awesome with sides. Don't ask me to cook meat unless it's on the grill.
although she did some bacon wrapped pork fillets last night that came out awesome.
Yeah, you guys but I'm not much of a meat eater, so I guess I never really tried to learn how to cook meat. But I can bake. If it's between him and I can bake.
Yeah, I can't bake.
I bake him under the table.
I just saw Alex said, "Are the bad boys welcome here?" Absolutely. You guys are always welcome here. I'm pretty sure I've invited everybody that is a bad boy on the show at some point. So yeah, you're welcome here, dude. You have to ask that.
I can make spaghetti.
Oh yeah, Tommy actually already answered you. Said, "Why would you ask such a silly question?" Of course you're welcome here, dude. Come on the show.
Right? He's always a good time. He's got such a charismatic personality,
He really does.
Well, since we have Ashley here, I have a question for her. What days is Anthony going to be able to come on the show?
I'll be right back.
All right.
What?
What days is Anthony going to have time to come on the show when you guys are on vacation?
Ooh, good question. Good question.
I told him he's got to come on the show. He's got to come on at least one time with like Mickey Mouse or one of the characters.
And is that like at the 10 to whatever time?
Yeah. Just put out. You don't have to be there the whole time, or just pop in with one of the characters and say hello.
Yeah. So, tomorrow and Thursday he would be able to.
Thursday I might try to come in the show from the pool. Either that, I'll just do a live stream from the pool.
Okay.
But I want to source on Thursday too.
Well, yeah, But and then you guys don't do the show on the weekends, right?
No, we don't do show with it.
It's more of like just a working hangout. It's not really a
You're
official
going through her
show.
Disney app right now, seeing what our fast passes look like.
Yeah. I mean, the best day, I mean, we could probably go to, I don't want to do that Thursday morning, would probably be, hold on, Tuesday. Because Tuesday we have a really early breakfast reservation in Magic Kingdom. So it's at 8:15. So we could probably go over after that, you know, and be done by the time you guys, because we have a fast pass at 9:45, and then we could go meet like one of the characters. That like maybe a Winnie the, well, we're already meeting him, like maybe a princess or something. I don't know. Or we could probably go to Storybook Circus and meet like Donald, Mickey, Minnie, and Daisy.
Yeah. For the show, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So our best bet will probably be Tuesday.
Yeah. And I think they have Wi-Fi there, so I should be able to connect pretty well.
They say the Wi-Fi sucks.
Really?
Because so many people are connected to it. So we'll try, but the best day will be Tuesday.
Okay. The only reason I asked is to try and figure out some guests and etc. So I figured since you're here, I'd be able to get a really good answer.
Fishing and Picking want us to 24-hour live stream of the hotel with me and Nate forking and farting. That'll be the name of it. 24 hours of forking and farting.
We wouldn't want to be in the hotel room for 24 hours, but we could do the a portion of it because we want to source.
You could do like different places where you like fart and crop dust, like do the poll, and then you know what I mean. That'd be interesting.
Oh, I guess Nate already answered this. She was asking who has the mental health based channel. It's Destiny. Anybody's interested in learning about mental health and what she deals with, definitely make sure you go and sub to her. Have you hit the 600 yet? Oh, she's not even there.
Oh, she ran up. I don't know.
Tommy, did you hit 500?
No, I was at 599, and then I went down to 598.
You mean 498?
498. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Sometimes when you get a few subs like that, YouTube will like pull them and bring them back.
We need 4 subs for Destiny, the Shamrock Pixie. Her link's right there that I have on the screen.
And Tommy needs 2.
Tommy needs 2.
Yep.
Tommy's link is in the description below for sure. Looks like Kelsylvania dropped a new video last night. I've already gone and watched it. I've already commented on it. I've liked it. So make sure you show, Mel some love. I appreciate that. Trying to get caught up here in this chat.
I know Alex said he wanted to come by and taste test all our foods.
That's cool.
I'm like, come on down, man.
Pittsburgh, me and Nate will take care of you.
We'll throw some shit on the grill.
I apologize. That was the doctor calling.
Oh, that's where you went. Yeah, I can't remember where you went.
Yeah, the doctor called to set up an appointment. So.
Yeah, Alex, I just sent you a Facebook message. I want to try and get you guys on the show one day, either this week or next week. So hit me up.
Steven, if me and Nate go on a sourcing trip, we need to give our ladies a spa day.
Yes.
Here, Anthony. John Jones says, I want a photo of Anthony on the log plume ride holding an armful of priority boxes.
I can make that happen.
That'd be a cool pic.
Myra's asking if we let Nala play outside. No.
Absolutely not.
No, he's an indoor kitty, and the way he is, he would like jump over our fence and be gone.
However, I do want to get him a leash and do that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of we have different opinions about it, but I feel like it's one of those things where if we leash him and take him out and let him explore, then he won't want to just run out to see what's going on anyways. That's how I feel about it. It's kind of like humans. Like if your parents keep you bottled up your whole life, you're going to get out and wild out. I don't want Nala to do that. So
we had one cat like that, Bellfire. He was an outside cat, brought him in, still wanted to go out. So he was in in and out cat. But we have Gabby, and she wants nothing to do with outside. Nothing.
She'll lay in the windows and she enjoys that, but she don't want to go nowhere near an open door or anything.
See, Nala's curious, and that's why I want him to be able to see what it's about so that he could be like, okay, I figured it out. Now I'm good.
We did that with Miklo. We had a harness for Miklo, which was our Maine Coon that we had. And he loved it, but he also paid us back by eating my roses.
Oh. Okay.
So finally it got to the point where he was a little Houdini and he'd always get out. So we just let him go out. And we were at the campground, actually.
No, Jody, I lost the feed too. I had to refresh it to bring it back.
Yeah, you should.
Where?
Fishing and Picking asked me if I spend some time locked up to make any prison food. Yeah, I made. They made it's like a.
You make some
like cheese.
Oh.
You can make. What was the other one? You can make pizza. It's like that's a crazy long process to do. You can make like burritos. You can do all types of different things, but it's really creative. Let's just put it that way.
Dude, we used to have potlucks before our services at church whenever we switched from Sunday mornings to Saturday nights. And we had one dude that was in and out of jail all the time. And he would always bring prison food to the potluck. Like he was like so excited to share Chi-Chi with everybody.
But everybody was quick to eat it.
His Chi-Chi was bomb. Yeah.
You ain't never had the bearded Chi-Chi. But no beard in it. There will be no beard in it.
Can you explain Chi-Chi to everybody that's never been locked up?
Chi-Chi
I've
is
never been
basically
locked up. I'm confused.
it's basically ramen noodles. You put some of the seasoning pack in, some of them, not all of them, and then you get cheese. Then you get either some cheese crunchies or some other chips, or even like a party mix. And you kind of crunch it up so it gives it like a little different consistency and flavor. Or then you put either summer sausage or like a beef stick in it, or you can put like chicken patties, or you can put tuna, or any type of stuff like that. Yeah,
You smirking.
I've been locked up for. I was locked up.
Christmas dinner.
I've been locked up for like off and on for 3 years. So I've made my share of Chi-Chi's.
Dude, we need to have like a get together, and like you need to bring some Chi-Chi, or I'll come over to your house and you make me some Chi-Chi.
I've made one in a while.
Dude, this dude, like literally, he would even make it like the prison way. Like he would get like plastic bags, plastic bags, and he'd be smushing it all together in the kitchen and stuff.
Oh yeah. The hardest part of doing the Chi-Chi's outside of jail is finding the cheese. There's very limited cheeses that would be close to what the cheese would be in there to give it that good kind of taste. It might sound funny, but that's the truth.
For sure.
I don't eat ramen noodles, so yeah.
Jaslyn does though, man.
Like I would make them. I'd make one either like depending on who's eating it, like who I was with. It would be so hot because they had this like they had the hot pickle. It was like this giant pickle, and then it'd be pickle juice. And then I'd pour all the pickle juice in it, so it'd be super hot. And then I use hot and spicy and chili ramen noodle spices in it.
Dude, you know what you should do? You should do a cooking with the beard video and teach us how to make jailhouse Chi-Chi. That would be awesome, dude.
If people really wanted to watch that, I would do it.
You'll be like the ghetto Rachel Ray. How would that?
I would definitely do that. If people actually wanted to see that, I would do it.
Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see make some jailhouse Chi-Chi.
Yeah, for like the chicken and stuff, we would have to either buy chicken off people's trays, or we saved our own chicken from dinner, and then we put it in. But the chicken patty one's probably my favorite. That and pepperoni, like you could do all types of different.
You have
a lot of ones flying through.
Yep. Murdered a man. What are you in for, Nate? Nate.
The cheese.
That's great, John.
I'm here for the cheese. I'll be getting bailed out in 12 minutes. See you guys later. I'm just here to pick up my commissary. I need to order a pallet of cheese. Well, sir, you can only spend $50. Well, I'm gonna have to put a lot of money on some books.
Yeah, every time you guys talk about that kind of stuff, I get so lost. I really do.
Yeah, see, I was locked up in Westmoreland County and Washington County, and the food was commissary was so different because some of them had wraps, some didn't, like the tortilla wraps, and those were so good. You put the chichi in it and you wrap it with the wrap. Oh,
Yeah.
now I'm definitely gonna make one. And
Dude, I don't know about you, but
I'm like drilling over here. Like people say, well, you're not in jail anymore. Why are you going to cook like that? Well, once you've ate those for so long, and honestly, they're not that bad. Like it's not like it's like, terrible food. It's actually pretty good. It's just like eating like macaroni and then putting all types of stuff in it. Like people make hamburger helper. It's basically like that minus. Well, we add a couple extra things to make it a little different, but.
Someone get arrested in the office or ask why they did it. I need Chi-Chi.
can't get them ingredients outside of commissary.
Lordy.
All right, so I think I'm finally caught up. Okay, so Right Dreamer wants to have a testimony background of everyone on the show.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you're the guest. Why don't you start?
Oh, God. So, all right, well, my mom is a drug addict and never got along with her. She's addicted to pills and heroin. And I started to steal her pills when I was 11. And we was terrible, fist fighting every day. And it was just not a place I wanted to be. Well, then I robbed my first house when I was 11, got locked up for it, and then I just started going crazy. I was raped at the age of 13, and I began smoking crack at that time. So I smoked it until I was 17, in and out of rehabs, placements, group homes, mental institutions. So from 11 to 17, I was locked up on and off. But to me, that was better than going home to my mom because it was just hell, literally, every day. And I didn't know, pretty much it was a good day if we didn't have a fist fight. And so I haven't talked to my mom in years, by the way. And 17, I got out of rehab. For the last time I was in 9 times. Got out of rehab, met Anthony the day after I got out of rehab. We got arrested for underage drinking. Met his mom at the police station for the very first time. And we've been together ever since. Tried to commit suicide 8 times. The last time when I did it, he said he was taking me back to Western Psych. Took me to church. I hated God. I hated everything. Just leave me alone. I knew God existed, but I didn't. I hated him because what kind of God would allow an 11-year-old girl to go through what she had gone through? So I was real rebellious. Anthony got saved. I filed for divorce. Annulment because we were only married 6 months. And I don't know. I guess during that time, Anthony started to change. He was loving me in a new way. He was caring for me in a new way, and it was different. Ended up going to church, and it took me. I ended up talking to the attorney, and I canceled the annulment, but I still wasn't saved. It took me about 1.5 years to get saved. But when I say saved, I mean giving my life to Jesus. And then, yeah, I ended up doing it in a service. And I mean, that's pretty much that. Like that's like a quick overview of me, and what my life is. So I've been clean for
Almost 15 years.
almost 15 years. So it's like 14 and a quarter maybe. Because after we met, I went on like a 2-week binge because he was selling, and so I went on a little binge there for a while, and came back and was withdrawing on his couch, and his mom and him took me in and helped me get clean, and here I am.
Yeah, for me, I mean, our paths kind of intersect, and that's where things start to change. I actually had a really good upbringing. Like, my mom's awesome. Her and my dad got divorced when I was 3, and I don't see my dad a whole lot, just because, like, he and my mom, like, don't really see eye to eye. Like, my mom's cool with him, but he, like, pretty much hates her.
Only when he's sober.
Yeah, or whatnot. But you know, he has his own vices and stuff like that. You know, once I got in my teenage years, it was weird. Like, half of me was on a good path, half of me was on a destructive path, because I was a ball boy for the Steelers and everything. So, like, I was, like, doing really well in that regard. But in the other regard is most of the people I hung out with were, you know, drug dealers, drug users, and stuff like that. So, like, I'd be on the Steelers sideline during the game, just, like, bored out of my mind, you know, sometimes, you know. But, you know, I ended up going down that wrong path. I went to an art school, and everybody there liked to consume drugs and do drugs. So it was only natural for somebody who grew up, you know, flipping things to go in that direction. So I actually met Ashley during my last semester, right before I graduated the Art Institute here in Pittsburgh. And that's when I started to clean up my act, because, you know, I saw her withdrawing on my couch, and it kind of brought to my forefront, I'm like, wow, this is what I'm actually doing to people. You know what I mean? I'm destroying families and stuff like that. I couldn't really have this stuff around if I wanted to be around her, because she was like a full-blown addict. You know what I mean? Like, you know, for me, I couldn't even use even like weed or anything like that, because that would trigger her to like run off to the races and go on binges and all that stuff. So we kind of cleaned up together. But it was still several years like before I would come to know the Lord. Probably about 7 years, actually, 7 or 8 years. You know, so we kind of just muddled through life. You know, I wasn't really happy. But what I did was I decided like one of my dreams was to be a professional wrestler. So I actually went through training. I became a professional wrestler. I was traveling around the East Coast, wrestling people that I grew up watching. And I was like, you know, finally getting somewhere in my life. And then, you know, I broke my back. I wrestled with it broken for 1.5 years, to the point where I was pretty much almost crippled at the end of it. And I just fell into like a huge depression. One of the most important people in my life died, which was my aunt. And, you know, I decided to, you know, guy next to me at church, or I mean, at work, would always invite me to church. And eventually I ended up going with him. And like, Lord hit me like a ton of bricks that day with his love. And like, I just gave my life to Jesus. Like, I knew without a shadow of a doubt he was real. And literally I went home that day and started telling Ash about Jesus and, you know, what happened at church and all that stuff. And, you know, within 6 months of that happening, I went to seminary, became a pastor. We started a church here in our hometown, which closed down last March. You know, and that's really what catapulted me into reselling and doing like the online Bible study I do and stuff like that. But yeah, one experience with Jesus changed everything. So if any of you guys feel like sharing any of your story, you can feel free. You're uncomfortable.
Somebody asked how old we were. Anthony's 36 and I'm 32.
35.
Oh, 35.
She don't even know how old she is.
I don't know.
Sounds like you.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm 47 or 48. I'm old enough to forget how old
Your
I am.
Christmas baby.
Yeah.
So whatever your birthday's coming up, so 71, 81, 91, 2001,
I'm 47 or 48.
something like that, yeah.
I'll share my story. So mine was like Anthony's, like kind of had a good upbringing. You know, my mom and my dad are still together. They were awesome. They, we weren't upper class or anything like that, but we had anything, that we wanted, as kids, and we went on vacations, and I was real good in sports and pretty decent in school. Um, so I went to college, had a football scholarship to a Division II school, Gannon University in Erie, and was only there for a semester. Just couldn't handle the school and the football part of it, because I basically, like, it was almost like living how I live now, just busy all the time. So it was so hard to study, and they didn't teach you anything. It was pretty much like, here's your stuff. Okay, now do the test. So I had no refresher. So I never really had to study in school because I was kind of just naturally smart. So I dropped out of college, came back to Menneson, and Menneson is a similar to where Anthony lives. It's very rundown like area. It's a lot of negativity and abandoned houses and all that type of stuff. And the drugs were a big thing. And I smoked weed when I was in college because it was like I knew I was going to make it through the semester, so I didn't care if I got kicked off the football team or not. But I didn't. So I started smoking weed, and then I started selling weed because I needed to make some money, and I wanted to get out of my mom's house and all that type of stuff. So I started hustling drugs, went from selling weed to, all the way up to crack and stuff like that. I hurt my back because I was working in my dad's business at the time, like when I got out of college. So hurt my back, and then I started getting pain pills, started taking them. I guess I went to a crooked doctor because he ended up giving me oxys basically really, really quick. I went from like perk 10s to oxys 80s and really, really fast. So my tolerance got crazy. And then, having kind of I always had some of the hustler mentality. So I was like, well, if I went to another doctor, then I could just sell my whole script and just kind of, have $10,000 a month income on top of my work money. So I started doing that, and my dad would have fights because the drugs were kind of like with oxys and stuff. He would be super chill, but then like when you didn't have them, like you'd start to like rage almost a little bit, kind of thing. So just picture me kind of like angry and upset, which some people might not think that's possible, but the beard gets angry sometimes. So basically, I did that, and I thought I was untouchable. I thought I was Superman because I was like had a little bit of higher status because of my street credit and stuff like that, I guess you could say. And then eventually I got arrested 10 weeks before, or about a week before Christmas. And I ended up doing 11 months in jail. And then, because I was taking those pain pills, I was always battling addiction. So I was going to my doctors. Going to see my POs, getting locked up for violations and things like that. I caught another case a couple years later for doing the same thing. And as time would go, my life would keep getting closer and closer to rock bottom, to the point where, like, it was either I'd have a choice to either eat, rob, or, rob to go do drugs. And that's what I did. So I ended up going to rehab for the first time. I kind of understood, like, the counselors there kind of helped me understand who I am, like, and why I think the way I do, because where I'm from, like, everyone is like has that look at me at mentality, like the drug dealers and everything. And like, I don't know, because of my upbringing and how good I was in school and how my mom was, they described it as like some type of like I can't remember what it's called, but it was like basically that's what mentality I had. So once I understood how I kind of worked, I kind of understood that, and what not to do to stay away from the drugs and the people and stuff like that. So I went back to working with my dad and got clean, and, and then reselling, I just kind of fell through with it just from getting hurt and watching YouTube. And that's why I really enjoy doing lives and helping people, because without you guys, making videos before me, like, I wouldn't be here reselling, and I wouldn't have a possibility of of having great things, you know, for my kids and my family. So I just really enjoy it, and I appreciate everyone's support.
Sure. Gary's in the house. What's going on, my man?
What's up, Gary?
You want to share anything?
Mine's a little different. I've been married twice. My first marriage was annulled due to severe abuse, which triggered a lot of my social anxieties, and like I had things that happened with me, and so it's a struggle every day to deal with the mental health. My biological father, when I was very little, I mean, I think it probably started there. He tried to kidnap me. He busted my lip open. I mean, I was young. I was very young. I was like 2 years old. He was a druggie and a drug dealer. And then my mom got us away from that situation. And I ended up with an amazing father in my life who raised me, and went to church once we moved to Wisconsin, because I wasn't born in Wisconsin. Once we moved to Wisconsin, I found a church, and I lost a lot of my faith during that, because there were things that were happening in that church that were uncalled for, and us girls were blamed for it because the guy had money. And so I stopped going to church for a very long time. I was angry with God for a long time. And I'm starting to find my way back to God, which is a big relief. But I still struggle with my past. And so, yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Hard.
Man, in my story, we ain't even got time for it.
Destiny, don't cry.
Try not to.
Don't cry. Dry your eyes. You make me cry.
I used to cry every time, but then like Anthony and I were telling our testimony so much that it just got like.
It's hard to talk about things, you know, in the past, and that's why I changed my channel over to mental health, because of what I struggle with on a constant basis. And I haven't even been able to go live on my channel because it's so hard to deal with some of the stuff. And so with that, I do have to do a live. I did go Friday to the doctor, and I needed to finally break down and go back on medicine, because trying to deal with it without the medicine was getting really, really bad.
Yeah.
And so a part of me feels like I failed, but at the same time, I had to make a decision that was best for me and my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
it happened to me too. I mean, I think Anthony already told you. And
yeah.
So it was like, it was terrible. And I was in the same situation. Like I felt more or less that I let God down, because he had healed me from the depression and the anxiety and the bipolar and the suicide. And so I felt like I was letting him down in that manner. But I mean, God has made doctors and medicine for a reason. And so, I mean, I've been on them now for a couple months. And I think that if it wasn't for one of the, I went from 0 meds, now I'm on 3. And so one of the medications that I'm on is lithium. And I think that if it wasn't for the lithium, I would still have my suicidal thoughts. And so they're finally just like, I think last week was the first week in months that I haven't had them. So, I mean, I'm in the same boat as you. I struggled for months even going to the psychiatrist, because I was like, I'm not going. but it got to a point where, just a couple months ago, I literally almost took my life. So we just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And
so even Shane has that same problem. Yeah. His wife feels like she failed getting back on the medicine. So many people feel that way, but it's not a failure; it's a victory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're basically taking something you have no control over, and you're putting it into a controlled environment.
And I think also it's more. So and something that I have to look at it, I have to be reminded that it takes more power for me to keep going to the psychiatrist to ask for help, to be taking the med, to take control over it, than to just say, I'm not doing this, but I'm going to stay in this funk for the rest of my life because I don't want to go on meds. And that whole time, like my whole life, when Anthony and I met, I was on 19 medications. And they had me in this I was literally a zombie, like would just lay on the couch. He would talk to me. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do anything. And so I didn't want to go back to that. But I think also having the right doctor makes a huge difference, because even my doctor now is like, I don't want to put you on all kinds of medications. Maybe we should just try this for a while, see how it is. And he cares. But I think, taking control of the illness is more powerful than anything, than letting it control you every single day. And, getting off the couch and actually doing something and going to the doctor. I mean, even if you don't want to do the meds, but you want to go to talk to somebody, that is empowering. That is saying, I'm going to do this for me, because at the end of the day, we're all worth it and we all deserve to live happy lives. And some people need a little more help than other people, but it's okay. And we don't have to feel like we failed. I feel like I've actually overcome it because I got help. Because sometimes that takes, most of the time, every time, not sometimes, every time, it takes more courage to go get help than just to sit back.
Yeah, for sure. Andy's asking, do you think depression is an all-time high, or has it always been this way? People just didn't know about it. I would say it's probably always been this way. I mean, coming from a pastoral background, this is something I've been tackling for a long time with people. So I just think what's happening is people are becoming more bold about sharing what's going on in their life, and they're sharing their victories and their failures, and they're putting it out there. So, there's so many people that deal with the same problems, but they just keep it locked away in a closet somewhere. But we'll give some of that beer. Give me that beer.
Oh, puppy.
Give me that beer.
Puppy.
But yeah, there's so many people that deal with these things, and it's the boldness of people to step out and say, hey, this is what's going on in my life. This is what I'm doing about it, and just bringing awareness to it. Mm-hmm. And the nice thing is we're a community here, so we can support one another when we're dealing with these things.
Yeah. I think also it's what you're putting your time into, because the more I'm on Facebook and Instagram and everything else, like, that's depressing. So you're gonna feel like crappy, but I don't know.
We should have just said the same thing. She said, I think social media has a bad effect on some people's depression.
It has a terrible, a terrible, terrible effect. But I also think that it has been around, but it's coming more to the surface. I mean, look at kids, 8-year-olds kill themselves because they're being bullied. Yeah. It's absolutely a shame. Like, the enemy, Satan, like, is doing something, and he wants everybody to feel some type of way about their depression and all this other stuff. And it's just not, it's okay to feel depressed, but what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
I think is the thing. And I don't know, getting help is courageous and brave and powerful. And, you may not see it at first, but after a couple weeks, month, however long it takes, you'll see that it's definitely. My psychiatrist said to me yesterday, he said, this is the second time, because the last time, I see him every 3 weeks. This time and the last time, he said to me, these are the only 2 times that I've seen you smile and been more lively, and you've been laughing and joking. And so for him to say that to me really made me feel good, because there are days where I don't feel like I'm changing. Like, I'll get back depressed, and it's like, what am I doing? And for him to say that to me, and even Anthony noticing it, it's just it's
You know what you should do, which would be really cool? You should go on one of Destiny's shows when she's talking about mental illness. Just kind of share what you've been through and your experience and stuff.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And like, maybe we can come together, Destiny, and we can help each other become more secure and more like talk to each other about it, because it's important to like have somebody to talk to, and other than your spouse, because your spouse is like, they're met and they're okay, we're here to listen, but you need somebody that's going to be there and really like care. And even if you need, sometimes I just want somebody to just be there. I don't need you to talk to me. I don't need you to do anything. I just need you to sit there so I can cry. And that's the best support I can get. So, I mean, making a community where that's possible, and you and I like doing that for each other, that could be really good.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and they just put me on Friday. They put me on some meds. I picked them up yesterday. Today I need to start them. And I'm scared to take that first med, that first pill.
Yeah.
Because I don't like being a zombie. I don't like how medication makes me feel. It's scary, but I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how my body is going to respond to it, because it's what they call a new kid on the block. It's a newer medicine.
Yeah.
And so it's scary. It really is.
But change is scary, and change also will push you to your most like capacity that you can do, and show you how strong you really are. And I feel like you taking that one pill will say to yourself, to the enemy, to anybody else who doubts you, I got this, and I'm doing it. And I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for my husband. I'm doing it for my family. And I'm gonna give it 100. And that's all you can do. You take one day at a time. You take them pills one day at a time. And every day, even if you don't feel a difference, you have to say, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm taking control of this. That's what I have to do. I have to do it. And if not, like, you get in this funk, like, this sucks. I can't believe I'm back on meds, blah, blah, blah. But I just bind those thoughts because they're not true. They're not true at all. I'm worth it. My family's worth it. You're worth it. Everything that you live for is worth it. And I stand beside you. I come beside you, praying for you, and just, it's okay. Like, it's okay. You're beautiful. You're such an incredible woman. You're so caring and giving, and just, it's all good. Like, take it and you'll be good.
Thank you.
My wife deals with depression and things too, so we'll have to definitely bring her on with you guys.
Plus, she's good too, so like,
yeah.
I
have a feeling you two are going to be like,
you two are definitely BFFs already, and you guys never even met and even talked. Yeah. I already know it. And
it's important to have like a group to be like, you know, we're in this together, you know, and it's you know, it is what it is. But when people find out that I'm like obsessed with Disney, they judge me immediately. But they don't know what the hell I've been through. And I didn't get to do it when I was a kid. I didn't have a childhood to be able to do Disney or anything like that. So doing it as an adult, I love it. And so the first thing people say to me is, how many kids do you have? And I said, I don't have any kids. It's just my husband and I love it. And they like, look at me, but you didn't know what the hell I went through to get here.
Right.
So I don't really care what you think, you know? And so you just have to, I take my meds every day, and Anthony reminds me if I forget or if I don't want to get, he encourages me to do it. But I can tell you right now that if it wasn't for my meds, my psychiatrist, my support system, I might be dead.
Yeah.
Just even from a couple months ago.
Yep. Yeah, that's right, Dreamer. She said, you know, the devil wants these things to stay hidden that we're talking about, make you feel like you're all alone, but we're not. You know what I mean? Like, iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
We're all here for one another. And speaking of which, D Flipping Particles is already live for like 5 minutes. So if anybody wants to jump over there and support D, feel free. Do you guys want to wrap this up, or do you want to keep this going? It doesn't really matter to me.
It doesn't bother me any.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, ask the chat.
Well, I mean, we still have 34 people that are here riding with us.
Oh, wow. No, ride or dies.
So a couple people wonder.
I have some things that I got to get done, but Destiny is more than welcome to live it up.
I mean, I have
You know?
to and pack and carpet scrub and do
Well,
everything.
I got to pack orders too before Bible study starts too. So
We might just cut it off.
maybe we'll just wrap it up. But
I thank you guys for having me. I love
Me
you.
too.
and
Much love.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
We need-
throw the invite out now. I don't know if she's gonna be too busy, but you're welcome to stop by Bible study at 2:00 if you
Oh,
want.
the Bible study.
More Ashley, more.
Yeah,
Come
see,
on.
they're going through Ashley withdrawal already. They're like scratching.
We'll
No.
still NASCAR's slogan a little bit. More Ashley, more fun.
and I think we should maybe get a
Culture.
fourth person in here when Nate can have his wife on here. Maybe do that kind of newlywed game type thing.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Speaking of which,
There's
There she is.
you gotta get her on for at least a minute
Yeah, yeah,
here, come here.
before we
She
sign
thought
off.
she got away.
yeah.
Not today.
Yeah, just unplug the thing. That way she can hear it. Amber,
Hey.
what up?
Hello.
I don't know you, but I love you.
My beard is gone.
Yeah, we want to do a newlywed game with you at some point, Amber. Whenever
Oh, God.
I take my wife off and you're free.
The only time I'm off is when I call off.
Yeah.
Well, whenever you're available, just let me know. I'm always home. So, other than this stupid surprise doctor's appointment that I forgot about.
Yeah, no big deal. Glad you're here. I think you and Ash are going to really click because you guys have very similar personalities.
They ain't ready for this.
No, they're not at all.
Nice.
You're gonna learn today.
Whoever wants to know what I look like without the beard, it's basically like this.
He looks like a baby without the beard. He looks like a straight up baby.
Oh, I gotta pack, y'all. I gotta go.
All right, guys. So we're gonna cut it off. I appreciate everyone hanging out with us today, and we will see you tomorrow on Nate's channel. He has Zahir coming on with as our special guest. So it's gonna be a great show. Anybody want to say anything before I cut it off?
Love y'all.
Much
Good
love.
money.